This is a special moment. This is a one-of-a-kind device, and that doesn't happen all that often here on Unbox Therapy, like a one-of-one. We get a lot of cool new products, but they're mass-produced. This is not mass-produced. This is craftsmanship, tweaking and engineering to make everything work, because getting this number of systems to coexist inside of one chassis is not an easy thing to do. Complications with networking, power supply, cooling, everything in there creates heat. This is the Big O in all of its glory. My goodness gracious. Different color liquid cooling that represents each system inside of here. Of course, green, Xbox Series X, blue, PlayStation 5, clear, the streaming PC, red, the gaming PC. I was trying to map it out. I was like, where's the Xbox? Because of how tiny they were able to integrate the components by splitting them, separating them, figuring out a way to stack them. This is the Xbox down here. PlayStation 5, you can see the main board there. And one of my favorite things about the console integration is the way they dealt with networking. You have an integrated switch in here, so one single Ethernet cable feeds the consoles. Of course, we can't forget the gaming PC, which features an RTX 3090, capable of playing whatever game you might want to throw at it in 2022, and also liquid cooled, because of course it is. Because you want things to stay chilly. Now it's got this custom graphic on top of it as well, which ties the whole thing together. We've also got it on this plate on top of the power supply, and then we've got it over here, Big O V3. That's right, this is the third version, the third iteration, and it also happens to be my favorite because it's the cleanest, most integrated that I've seen up until this point. Now, why would you want a streaming PC? Well, you have a 4-monitor setup here. So you have the stability of a completely separate PC to send your gaming feed into via the Elgato 4K 60 Pro capture card. That capture card capable of recording from your entire variety of consoles and the gaming PC itself. And then on the front of the device, your Nintendo Switch. There's been all types of solutions for how to integrate the Switch into a setup like this. It's quite a bit different from the other consoles. You can pull it out and play from the couch. So they were able to integrate a dock into this front chamber here. All of a sudden, the HDMI output becomes available on the monitors inside the setup. You can simply reach in, lift the Switch out, and then you've got a completely portable setup that you can take with you, and it's always charged because it lives in the dock inside of the Big O. They've also done this custom pass-through for this red LED light on the front. Now this is the other area where you're gonna spot it, Big O V3, and this has a texture to it. All these little dots and nodes representative of the Big O, representative of Origin, high-performance PCs, and it looks kind of like an eye. And you've also got the colors getting pulled through on here as well, where you have the blue for the PlayStation and the red for the gaming PC, and obviously the green for the Xbox Series X, and then there's a tiny little purple gradient in there as well. For me, this is the most integrated solution that they've done so far. It lives up to the idea of being the holy grail of gaming, kind of a dream machine of sorts. All the variety of gaming options and gaming devices in one place, in one chassis, and in some cases improved in the sense that now everything is liquid cooled and everything can be played from one seat, and you've only got to arrange one piece of hardware, at least one footprint. Now on the back of the PC, we have our power switch for the streaming PC, as well as our I/O for the gaming PC below that, including a hardline Ethernet port that feeds all of those consoles via integrated switch. You have an HDMI out for the Switch, a dedicated HDMI out for the Xbox, and also for the PlayStation 5. Now there's a power port in that location as well, which is going to feed the Ethernet hub, USB hub, and the 4K switch panel. The streaming PC PSU is down at the very bottom of the unit, and the gaming PC PSU is in that location as well. Our USBs for the PS5 are up there. Our USBs for the Xbox are up there. Headphone and mic port for the gaming PC. USB 3.1 for the gaming PC and the streaming PC. And of course, the power button and the reset for the gaming PC as well. Now you might be wondering, do I have to run all of these systems at the same time? You don't. You can run the gaming PC individually. You might not be playing everything at once, and you might not want to create any kind of extra heat or power consumption. No, the gaming PC is still standalone. It's going to operate on its own. You just boot up these other devices as you see fit. The same thing goes for the streaming PC. Actually, the streaming PC controls the liquid cooling for the consoles. So it's feeding the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and itself. Okay, so here's another important aspect. We have this little remote. It's a 4x1 selector, and this is going to determine which source you're feeding into your streaming software. So if you want to stream Xbox, you'll select that input. If you want to stream from your Nintendo Switch, you'll select that input, PlayStation 5, etc. So it's a quick little way to move between those sources. Even though we have independent HDMI outputs feeding our monitors, this will determine what's going into your streaming software. So let's do a spec check real quick. The chassis, first of all, that this is built into, and this is one of the amazing parts for me, this is a chassis you can buy and do your own config in. It's a 1000D. It's a huge case, but many people already choose this case just to build out their gaming PC, to have a lot of space to work, to do some type of water cooling and so forth. But you can see how large it is, because in this implementation, they were able to fit in all this extra hardware as well. Now, Corsair's IQ system controls all of the RGB lighting and configuration. The chip that's being liquid cooled here is an AMD Ryzen 9 5950X. That's a 16-core chip at 3.4 gigahertz, boosting up to 4.9 gigahertz. The motherboard that everything is connected to, the ROG Crosshair 8 Hero Wi-Fi, 128 gigs of Corsair Dominator Platinum. The GPU is Hydro X cooled. That's an NVIDIA 24GB GeForce RTX 3090. The OS drive, 2 terabyte MP600 Core Gen 4. Storage, 4 terabyte MP600 Core Gen 4. And the power supply, AX1600i Titanium from Corsair. Oh, how about this? The game consoles actually have extra storage added to them as well, getting back to this idea of not just plopping them in there, but actually improving their capabilities and cooling. The PlayStation 5 has a 1 TB primary drive and then a 1 TB Corsair MP600 secondary drive. I apologize for bumping you. Now let's talk about the spec on the streaming PC, because it's no slouch either. Ryzen 7 Pro 5750G 16-core, 3.8 gigahertz with a 4.6 gigahertz boost. That tiny little motherboard, B550 ROG Strix Gaming, 32 gigs of Corsair Dominator Platinum, Hydro X cooling. Of course, it's got the Elgato Game Capture 4K 60 Pro MK2, and you've also got very fast storage, the 1 TB MP600 Core Gen 4 from Corsair, and then storage on the 4 terabyte MP600 Core Gen 4. And the streaming PC is powered up by a 750 watt SFX series power supply, also from Corsair. Here you can see the triple setup. This is Willie Doo, by the way, I feel the need to introduce. And he's showing off his specs, his damage done. Of course, playing Overwatch, bit of an Overwatch guy. He currently has all the systems running, even though he doesn't need to, just because we can. On the left monitor, in this setup, this is where you're gonna play your PlayStation 5. You can use, of course, the typical PlayStation controller, or, I don't know, you could use this custom Big O controller from Scuf. What a collaboration on this particular build. So you can see the design work here with the Big O kind of dots, the cosmic energy coming through to this Scuf controller. Now, if you don't know about Scuf, it's all about configuration and customization. So we have all these extra buttons so your thumbs can stay on the thumbsticks. We have other modifications made to the controller. And they didn't simply include a Scuf controller for the PlayStation 5, but also for the gaming PC. Blue for the PlayStation 5, red Scuf controller for the PC, as you can tell. Same design work coming through, and all your variety of other custom Scuf modifications, switches, buttons, map it as you please. And then moving all the way across to the Xbox Series X, same thing here, you know it's gotta be green. So the custom theme, it just travels through all the variety of components including the controllers that correspond with each of the systems. Now, this display is, as you can tell, dedicated to Xbox Series X. And then we have a separate mouse and keyboard for the streaming PC that's up above. You can see the webcam currently showcasing Willie Doo. He could very easily go to live streaming right now in a moment's notice as he sees fit. By switching inputs, he can change which device is going to be sending its signal alongside his webcam feed to his streaming software. Now, since this is an entirely capable streaming setup, we have Elgato's streaming mic, Elgato's streaming webcam. We've even got some lights, and these are Wi-Fi configurable lights, Key Light Air from Elgato. It's all purpose built for the capability of streaming. And even the Stream Deck, which Willie Doo already loves, we use it over there on the Lou Later set, and you can see the way we have custom configured keys for all types of things you would want to launch quickly while attempting to do a live stream. And then, of course, you got to sit somewhere when you're playing the ultimate setup, the Origin Big O V3. That's why we've got a chair from Secret Labs keeping Will cozy with a magnetic, removable headrest. It's memory foam as well. Quite lovely, actually. A lot of people don't realize the benefit of a gaming chair having the correct armrest height. Many of them are configurable, but it has to be configurable enough to line up perfectly with your mouse hand and your tabletop height. As you can see here, far less fatigue. Check out his ergonomic ankles.
And not all gaming chairs are made equal. The Titan Evo was developed with an ergonomics advisory board and then made in Secret Labs' exclusive high-end manufacturing facility. So we've been using the Titan Evo in the studio for a really long time, but check out this special edition, which we're going to be using now. That's the official licensed DC Dark Knight version of the Titan Evo 2022. Pick it up in whatever size is optimal for your body type. Get in there, get your configurations going on the armrests for optimal gaming and relaxation. You can recline it for a little bit of Netflix. This is Unbox Therapy's chair of choice, Secret Lab.
Now, obviously, you're going to need some pretty solid inputs, and of course, the RGB capable mouse mat / keyboard mat. This thing is enormous. Oh, I just realized it's got 2 USB ports on it, so you can use that to charge up peripherals, devices, your phone, whatever. That's the K100 mechanical keyboard from Corsair, RGB obviously, and it even has some nice little knobs and wheels. I like this little adjustment here for volume, very quick. Would you say soft wrist rest going on?
Very soft.
Very soft. Those are his words, very soft. Supple. Would you say supple? He nodded. The Sabre RGB Pro, very responsive. Go ahead, show him some responsiveness. Lovely. All the DPI. It's top of the range stuff from Corsair. Now, the other thing I want to mention, I was sitting looking at the setup. I noticed that there's a lot of desk space. I was like, wait a sec. Then I realized that they finally figured it out as far as monitors are concerned. Get a really wide but shallow base. Like, don't have this thing coming out too far. Have it pushed back, because then it gives you more configurability in front of it and opportunity to put peripherals there, whether it's microphones, a Stream Deck, keyboard, mouse. Now, the other thing I should mention about these monitors is they do have fully adjustable stands. So you can see if for whatever reason you wanted to elevate one, you can see how smoothly this will move up and down for you. Quite a decent amount of rotation on that. There's also cable management that we're totally not using at the moment. Like, not even close. But there's good cable management, I promise. You just flip this out and run the cables right there. In the B-roll, it'll be run properly. Even the lights are adjustable depending on your setup, right? So you can see little markers on here so you can remember the optimal height, and so that you can match up the 2 of them if you have 2 of these key lights. And more adjustability up here too, so you can get the best kind of lighting. The last thing to mention, and probably a burning question, is what if I just want to use my PC to power like a triple monitor setup because I'm not using the consoles at a particular moment? Well, thankfully, that 3090 has plenty of power to output to a triple monitor setup. So in this case, we just change the inputs on the monitor as seen here. So We have 3 display ports out of the 3090 feeding these monitors. So if I switch to the DisplayPort inputs, then it just populates like this. We use the center monitor as our main display, and then just like that, we can have all the benefits and extra real estate. So we could be getting work done, we could be editing video, we could just simply be monitoring social media while watching YouTube videos, or playing games on the center monitor or the left monitor, or whatever configuration you might want to have. This is going to operate like a typical triple monitor. And then the top monitor remains reserved for your separate streaming PC. But the nice thing about doing 1 up and 3 down is that it creates space for your other accessories, including your lights and your camera. Not to mention, it's cool. Yeehaw! This is what it's all about, right here. Any gaming, anytime. Multi-gaming, anytime. Have a couple pals over, hand them a controller, give them a monitor, share, why don't ya? I could be over here, Mo could be over here, Kirk could be over here, Kurt could be over here, Mo could be over here, I could be over here. Oh, I want to play a little bit of Overwatch. How about I pick up the Xbox controller here, because I'm gonna play, it's inverted, Kirk. That's the problem with letting your friends play, it's inverted. Oh my God, I cannot adjust my mind to the inversion. Ah! Up is down and down is up. I can't do it. I'm getting a phone call. So Halo, Overwatch, oh, how about the reason that you would have a PlayStation 5? One of the big reasons, because you would want to play Gran Turismo, wouldn't you? Do that too. Honestly, we cut for a second. In the moment that the cameras were down, that actually happened. Mo was just playing over here, and you could do this whatever orientation you want, right? You didn't even have to have these things tilted. You could have them all flat, have your pals over, get your potato chips out, a little BBQ. You could talk about love, not a cloud in the sky. And then, last but not least, what about that Nintendo Switch? Oh, baby. Is this Mortal Kombat? Mortal Mombat? It's crazy, guys. The Holy Grail is yours. You don't need to do anything else. You just stay put. You understand? Order food. Everything is here. There's nothing out there. It's gone. There's no need. Oh, I'm in the game. Did it get more realistic? I feel like I used to be flying around a little bit more. Oh, I'm gonna lose now. Back, forward, forward, forward. I can't be looking at a move list. Button mash, annoying. You're dead. You're dead. Oh, maybe you're not dead. I used to love button mashing and discovering some move I didn't deserve, and then act like I knew what I was doing. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's just win this real quick on the move. Fake. What? Brutality, not fatality, brutality. Okay, listen, ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't get any better. This is it, guys. This is what it's about. The big O, one of a kind, a seat that is one of one in the world. There are those that will get to sit here and those that won't. I was supposed to stop there. This is a tutorial. Gran Turismo, Overwatch, Mortal Kombat on the Switch, Halo in a 4-monitor setup, working simultaneously in one tower, liquid-cooled, ridiculous spec sheet, the ability to run a triple monitor setup, plus the streaming PC, so it's ready to go right off the bat. My goodness, this is the one. They've done it again. Origin, Corsair, Scuf, Elgato, everybody who put this thing together or is a part of it deserves tremendous credit and deserves to have their names on it. This is a one-of-a-kind unboxing experience, and thank you for that.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you like the same type of videos that I do. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.